Okay, we're going to upgrade this clutch. It's up to the 74 and later style clutch. Ew, those are covered with pukey oil. Yeah. Alright, what they did was, they had this piece of crap here that went like that. Where's the outer cover? You put all this stuff together, tighten it down, you measured it, adjust this so it worked perfectly even. So not like that, it was even. You put it all together and you prayed several times that it worked. And most of the time you failed to get the correct answer. So it didn't work. You didn't have that problem, did you?
Nope, never mess with it.
Never had a problem in your life?
Never, not once.
Okay. So, what we do is, we get rid of this crap, and we buy new parts. New parts being 74 and later. So they had these spacers that are all the same height, so there's no adjustment, except they did make different length ones for worn plates, or if you wanted more spring tension. But it did limit the travel, so it made the clutch sometimes not work right. Okay, so those go all in there. This now, voila, is the correct height when you tighten this down. It also makes it stronger because now it's all tied together, so the warp is bad. And this plate here is free to float, so it works. This plate here doesn't work because it hits. Now I've seen guys go in here, cut the holes out, and make them work. Yeah, you can do that. I ain't got time to do that. So this here is the setup to use on the new bike to make it all work. As you can tell, it's a quick change.
It's a good upgrade.
Yes, it is an upgrade. And it took Harley about 3 years to figure it out. So we never accused Harley being fast, but eventually they did fix it. You can cut that for a minute if you want them to cut bags. Okay, we got our new Barnett plates out here. Now Barnett has a nice smooth finish, and they're usually flatter, but I always check. So what you do is you lay them up like that and you look across. If you don't see light through them, they're probably flat. But you might not be flat, they might all be curved like this the same way. So what you do is you take every other one and flip it, like this. So now you do a 180 check. Then you check it again. Is it flat? Except for that one right there. Pretty even. So that's pretty close. If the old plates were good, which these plates were still flat, even though they look like crap, they're no good because we're changing the design. We do need this though. Now, this is the old original material here, and it's getting pretty worn, but we can still use it. It's only one plate. Alright, this is your inner pressure plate. It goes in and out freely. Very important. If it isn't, we check it. The other thing, you make sure it's still straight. So you look at how the wear marks in there. You also take your straighters, you play it across, or you just eyeball it, make sure it's still pretty straight. When you over torque these bolts down, it bends this, so don't over torque these. And this is a lot of ones, the newer ones now are all welded together back here. These ones are actually just pressed together. It's an older design. They all work. Doesn't really matter. So that goes in first. So that basically is a steel plate. So the next one line is going to be a fiber plate. You want these to be nice and easy, flexible, in and out. If they drag at all, you got to fix the problem. So you got to get in there, file out this, see if there's crap in the basket, whatever the problem is, fix it. Sometimes this rod sticks up too much to the material, and you got to file it away because it hits on the basket. These are used plates that are already worn in, they're not a problem. So those go in. So just alternate these back and forth. Now you can take these and stagger them a little bit how you put them in if you want. I just stagger them. Gives me something to do, something else. I never like having everything lined up exactly perfect every time. So what do we do? This one here, we go in this direction. So make sure everything's going nice and even. No binding, see? It's also not hitting on this. You know, sometimes they stick in here and you gotta find out what happened. He's just got somebody beat on this thing and put a burr in it. That 61 bike we're working on has that problem. I don't have to force these in. If you got to force them, obviously you got a problem. Yeah, it's the same way, so can't have that.
Nope, not at all. Alternate.
Alright. Okay, they're all in there. Make sure it goes in and out freely, see? So when you release the clutch, it doesn't drag. Okay, then we got our big thick one here. That would be the outer one. And this is the little retaining snap ring. And you notice I put that in 180 from how it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's only been this way a few times. It's been this way a lot more. It just pops in like that. And see, it pulls out against that when you put tension on it. When you release it, it pushes in and it rotates. See? Okay, make sure this fits on there like it's supposed to. It does. Now, being an early style plate, you can go in and cut every one of these off. You already broke that one off.
Mm-hmm. That was on purpose.
Yeah, I know. But see, when these are spinning there like that, this just helps foam to hold up more, so it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so where's my tool at? This is professionally made. That'd be by me about 30 years ago. Some scrap I had laying around. Still works though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, these are your clutch springs, pusher plate, and we got a little button piece. And a little button piece. Yeah, that works. You make sure the bearing's good too. Now you line these up here with the studs. You take this thing here. See, these things getting away on this tool. And this goes in there like that. And see how it catches that stud there. Yeah, adjust this a little bit, it gets easier to put in, see?
Yeah.
Okay. And you want to go more than 2 threads because you are going to put tension on it.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and just run these things in there. You don't have to run them all the way in, but it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, just do it equally. And that was one tight. There's that new hole I did.
Yeah, it is.
And you notice I got these 2 nuts in there?
Yep.
They do a couple things. It gives me a sight reference. It also keeps you from losing the balls because they're attached to the tool.
Okay.
Do 2 things at once around here. All right. Turn it up a little bit. Crank it on in. So I'm not working very hard, but if I was trying to compress that by hand like I have done before, it'd be working. Well, this went in nice. It just went perfectly lined up.
Yeah, they did.
That rarely happens.
It's a good omen.
Usually I go in there with a big screwdriver, and you go like this, you go bang, bang until it lines up. And you just kind of work them in. Okay, remember, these ones don't do anything, so don't put nothing on those. Unless you want to.
Cosmetics.
There are extra nuts over there. Of course, that would give you extra nuts if you needed them.
Yeah.
Storage. But it'd be out of balance, because that's missing.
Yeah.
But it's still out of balance because it is missing. That's going to be all that vibration that's going to come from now.
Yeah.
It's not that the motor's bad, it's the clutch stud's missing.
One clutch stud.
That's right. Okay, now don't tighten all these down all the way. Go 180 across and get the other one. And go to the other side over here. Tighten that one up. taking up the free play, I'm not tightening yet. Okay, now we gotta start torquing, so go, yeah, about that far. Now how much torque is that?
Just enough.
Tight.
Tight.
Make sure you get all 6. In case you think you might have missed one. Oh, that one's already tight.
Yeah.
Good sign it was already done. Now you notice the clutch is really releasing very nicely here. This is a very, very nice releasing clutch. Look at that.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Can't wait.
It takes more than that to release though. So. But that far, it's released. That wasn't very far. So if your clutch is dragging, it's not this problem here.
Gotcha.
It's up the line.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get all this off and move on to our cover. Go ahead and cut that. Yeah, that's free. Can't even feel it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we're double checking a few things here. The customer failed to tell me that he sandblasted his cover and didn't clean it very well. He left me a bunch of sand in my bearing in here. Not using the bearing because there's no electric start, but that is a nice sand well from the bikes when the oil goes in there and gets back in here and the sand goes to your tranny. Nice. So we got the sand out of there. Nice little friendly reminder. Okay, and we've still got the balls with grease on them so they stay put. You like that, huh?
Yep, that was a good trick.
Okay, here's our washer. Goes in there. This goes on top of that. Where's my hammer at? Uh-oh. Who's the moron that put this in backwards? Why'd that finger point my way?
You were checking the threads, remember?
I was checking the threads. Now I gotta fix the problem because the dumb shit put it in backwards. It's hard to get good help around here, I'm telling you. Okay. The trick is you gotta know when you screw up and you fix it. Now just continue doing it. Okay, you got enough peen marks in there to see it's being held in now. Okay, you pull a pressure on it, make sure it works freely like it's supposed to. Yeah, something works, all right. All right, where is our clevis piece? Right here. Now, some people fight these things really hard. Basically, they slip in like that. Real nice, quick and simple. You got little flat spots in here. Actually, yours doesn't have. There's a flat spot. You see the flat spot? So you slip it in there like that, rotate it, you're good. Now, trying to put the cable in like this doesn't work.
Yeah, you gotta put that on first.
You got that. And you have to thread it in the cover first, too. And make sure you put a nut on here before you put all this together. Look at it. Cocking me. See how your threads are nice and loose in here? They're not very good. So you know what we're going to do about that?
No.
Nothing. But we are going to put a double nut on here so you can at least hold your adjustment down the road when it strips out, which it probably might. Maybe. Now is the time to do that, not later.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll get a 5/16 nut. 1 5/16 nut. It's a lot easier to do this now than later.
Having to take it off all over again.
Yes. And it shouldn't affect adjustment, so hopefully. Alright, so now we can go ahead and just lock it wherever we want. It won't matter if this is stripped.
Cool.
Alright, all the way down. This hooks on like that. Sometimes they don't work very good going like that, but these they can kind of go in like that. This one here is a real short one, so it's easy to, some of these are about that long and they get a little harder to do. Okay, once you're in there, you just flip it around like that. Pop it in there. It doesn't want to pop. There it goes. Now you're in there. You go up here and see how it works. Nice and free. You always double check everything. So this is ready to go together. Except one. We got dirty. Even dirtier down here.
Because that's where the oil was earlier.
Is that what the problem was?
Maybe.
Could have been. Okay, see now we had all the welding and filing and who knows what else on this motor. We're going to have to put goop on it. Just a new style fancy gasket that we can reuse. So we're going to reuse it. I did scrape most of that red crap you had on there.
Yeah, that was awful stuff.
Yeah, you saw in the video what I told you about all that crap?
Yep. And I was like, cool. That's so awesome.
This stuff
Good
here,
info.
this stuff doesn't do that, see?
That's good.
You notice I don't squirt them by the gallon
Yeah.
like they do on TV?
Yeah. They use it like caulking.
Yeah. Pin gets in the way.
Yeah, it does.
What's nice about this 3-bond stuff is that if it gets inside the motor, which it will, it just kind of chews up and goes away. It doesn't stay real stringy like that silicone was.
Yeah. We don't want anything like that in there. That was a good catch.
Yeah, you weren't here to clean it though.
You should call me.
I'll remember that next time.
Yeah. When we do the other side.
Oh, great. More surprised when I'm on the right side of the bike.
No, I think that one's actually good to go. I think it's
Good.
I think it's gonna be the jugs next.
Oh, great. There's no silicone there. I can see it. We're good.
Leave them alone.
All right, you can shut the camera off. You can watch me do this. Do not pack the threads with goop.
Don't pack threads with goop.
Like it was before. Make sure you put a little lubricant on your throwout bearing push rod thing there, so it didn't burn up. Okay, here's our gasket. Go ahead and put that on there. Lightly just tack that up in there. The sealer should hold it a little bit. Get it kind of lined up where it belongs. Stick a cover on there. And get our bolts. A lot easier was before, wasn't it?
Yep.
There it goes. First thread was fighting, so don't force it.
Yep. Never want to force
Back up until it goes in. You had to catch the right hole, right thread. Another short one somewhere. repaired threads here. This one here is a repaired one right here too. See how lined up it is?
Dialed in.
Trying to lose that bolt. All right. These two here are the ones that were, and I think this one was really, really thin, but see how big this hole is? The Allen's not even going to really hardly even seal against that thing anyway. But if you're going to put seal on an Allen or on any bolt, only do it right next to where the head is. You don't want this crap up on the threaded area. Once you get in there, kind of wiggle around a little bit, give the sealer a chance to get around the case, so that's something to hold against. Don't take a lot of it and pack it in there like that, because when you put the bolt through it, it shoves it into your thread and has that
Blows
problem.
it out.
Has that problem we had before.
Mm-hmm.
See, this when you pull the bolt out, the threads will not have crap on them. But we are sealing the bolt heads a little bit. This only works about 50% of the time anyway. Now this one's not so big as that one was, because this is supposed to be a number 10 screw, and we opened it up to a 1/4 inch, so it's a pretty tight fitting hole. So this is going to be your worst hole for sealing, because it's the thinnest gasket surface, and the biggest hole where the bolt goes in it. Alright, wipe that crap off. You just start in the middle and work your way out. And this doesn't require much torque with this one. So we gotta get the right tool. This one. Make sure that's not binding over here before you get too far along. If this was all bound up, we'd have a problem. Okay. Just roughly put on, so it's got clearance in it, so that's good. I mean, it should work. Let's go ahead and put these in and tighten them. Okay, now we'll go torque the shit out of them now. We use the correct torque, remember?
Mm-hmm. Tight.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay. All right. See the nuts loose here. Okay, you see where it's jamming in there. And down in a little bit. That's at 0, so you give it some free play. About 1/3 of a turn. So still got clearance up here. Be on the other side, hidden from me. All right. Got a clutch. Breaker bars for. Now don't pull on the clutch without having to screw with the nut against this cover, because it will just push the threads right out of the cover. It works. Amazing, huh? Now with the new clutch, I'll give it more of a free play in there, but after you run this thing for about 20 to 50 miles, go in and readjust this.
Okay.
If you keep it more in that third of a turn area, the balls won't be so far up the ramp. It's really hard to work the clutch. You'll have more mechanical advantage when it's down at the bottom because there's more leverage for you.
Gotcha.
So it makes the clutch easier, but you have to run the risk of not having enough free play. You burn the clutch up sometime. When the plates wear, they start to slip. Get the things readjusted. And you got to make sure you got free play up here before you adjust this, obviously. Okay, see how much free play? We put a little drag on the cable and go back and forth with your finger. See my finger up there?
Yeah.
And you also can look up here. You're supposed to have like 1/8 of an inch or so, but I look down here. If you got a 1/16 here, you're doing pretty good. Now, if you have a clutch that works really good, this is a good spot. And just put a light tension, not heavy. Just have to hold that nut. Now, this nut here is a backup.
Yeah.
And go ahead and put a little tension in it too. So now you go double check all when you're done. You're there. So feel your clutch. Has it ever worked that good before?
Ooh, buttery smooth. Yeah.
We haven't even lubricated this up here yet.
Yeah.
Wait until we put some lube on there, it'll be even better.
Nice.
Okay, so you got to double check this down the road. We're all there.
Cool.
Now, you see how much sealer we got poking out of everywhere?
Barely any.
Right.
That's exactly how it should be.
And so you just wipe that off. See how it all breaks up? That's what it does when it gets inside the motor where you don't want it. It just breaks down. Silicone wouldn't do that.
It sticks together.
It stays stringy, yeah. It just kind of rolls around, it doesn't disappear. Plugs up everything. So we got a little dribble down here. That was because we poked it down here on the screw. See? And this one here.
Yep. And there's some a little back.
See, it'll access. That's where it was. That's the exposed part of the cover, or the case. I mean.
Yeah, it is. Cool.
So dirty rag. A bit cleaner rag.
It's awesome. Looks amazing.
All right, so that's all that. We'll get some lubricants and lubricate all these controls up here, the pivot points, and cable up in the very top up here. And that'll make this work even better than it already is. So, all right, got that for now. Let's